Hey there, fellow heroes. It is I, Mr. U, the comic hero, and this is the Master Maneuver. When I'm not reading comic books, I usually like to sharpen my brain by playing board games, because while comic books are for everyone, so are board games. Today, we're going to be playing another round of Final Girl like we did last week, because Fridays are for Final Girl. However, this time, instead of doing the Happy Trails horror, today we're going to be doing, by request, Carnage at the Carnival. Let's take a look at the board, shall we? So here we have our setup. We've got the Carnival of Blood. We have the Ring Around the Rosie setup. We've got the final girl here in this one spot. We've got the killer on the other spot. We've got victims all over the board. This is going to be fairly challenging just for the same reason, because there's victims all over the place. Let's take a look at some of the special rules that we have when it comes to the Carnival of Blood. The last time that we played with Hans at Camp Happy Trails, there are no special rules for that one. It's pretty simple, straightforward. However, Geppetto has a couple of special rules. Geppetto has these little puppets that are going to be appearing throughout the board. So if we take a look at his action card here, the first part of it says we spawn a puppet, the puppet targets a victim, and then they move towards the victim, and then Geppetto is going to stay where he's at and he's going to attack. So when we spawn the puppets are going to spawn on the location where Geppetto is, and then from there they're going to do the subsequent things. There are only 3 puppets that we can spawn at max, and that's all that we have to worry about, are just those 3 dudes. If all 3 on the board and then some game mechanic is going to request that some more puppets show up, well, there are no more. There's 3 max, we're done. Puppets have 1 hit point, they do 1 damage, and they move at the same speed that Geppetto does, and currently Geppetto only moves 1 speed. That is pretty much it for Geppetto. If I'm looking at his special rules, it's just all we have to worry about are his puppets, how they spawn, how they move. Now, as for the Carnival of Blood, we got to deal with some carnies here. The carnies have laid traps all over the carnival, and the traps could appear through the terror cards. So there are terror card traps that could show up, and if a terror card gets revealed that has a trap on it, we will put the trap on the space where we're at and then deal with that particular trap. There are 3 traps that will spawn through the terror card, and that is the spinning floor blade trap, the rope trap, and the acid pitfall trap. Those are the only traps that we have to worry about from there. However, the item decks also have traps in them. We could come across them real quickly, or we could quite possibly never run across them at all. It's very dependent on how much searching we're going to do. There are 3 locations on the map that have search icons. One of those is the Forest of Horrors. The other one is the House of Mirrors, and the last one is the Things to Astonish. We technically start at the Things to Astonish. Let's see what items we have on the top of the deck on each of those piles. So first we have the Forest of Horrors, and on the top of that deck we have the Crystal Ball. Once per action, once per action phase, we roll a die. If we roll a 1 through 4, nothing happens. And if we roll a 5 through 6, we look at the top terror card, and then we can either leave it up on the top or we can put it on the bottom of the terror deck. So that gives us some control as to what could potentially happen. Like if we don't want Geppetto to move and the next one has movement, well, we might want to put it at the bottom, so as to prevent him from moving or attacking or killing victims, whatever the case may be. Over at the House of Mirrors, so this location here, we have mysterious pills. Pills are good. Pills are good. Discard this during the action phase and choose one of the following. We can either decrease horror by 1 or increase our health by 2. And then finally at the Things to Astonish, which is the location that we are currently in, we have the first aid kit. Every time we heal one additional heart. You know, it all really is dependent on how much damage Geppetto is going to be doing to us. So it could be that we have absolutely nothing to worry about, or it is very possible that we take too much damage, and then we're going to probably need a first aid kit. So that is what we see there. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything else to... Oh, let's look at the final girl that we are going to be using. The final girl that we have today is Asami. Asami has 5 hit points, and if she rescues 4 victims, after 4 victims have been rescued, then we reveal her final power. On her little victim slots in the first upper left-hand corner, we can take a search action card. Next to that is a heal 1, and the bottom left is we move 1 space, and then the bottom right is we decrease horror by 2. The stream is pretty laggy. Yeah, it's because I'm so far away from the router. I may have to get a router booster. Once I do that, that might solve our problems. But for now, this is the best that I can do. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm getting the app ready so that I can follow along with the app and keep track. The last time I did that at the very end, it wasn't too helpful because I had to remember everything because the stream broke up in the middle of the middle recording. All right, so let's get into the action. We've got our starting action cards. Time is at 6. Horror is at 4. And I think we just probably want to go for a walk and maybe do a focus. There really isn't a very good set path that I can go through here. We've got the clown car here, so I could probably try to spend a couple of turns maybe maneuvering in and around here to try to get rid of these guys. Like I said, Geppetto isn't going to be moving anytime soon unless the terror card dictates that he moves. So it's possible that I can come up this way, swing around this way, and just keep dancing around the big top and rescuing these people before I start moving outside. So the 3 exit zones are the exit space down here, which is conveniently labeled exit. The clown car right here, once they get into the clown car, because you can fit as many people in a clown car as you need. And then the carnival space right up here. Those are our 3 exit spaces. And then the search spaces is down here, up here, and here. It's good now. It might have been me. It might have been you. It might have been me. It could be a number of things. You know, again, I will invest in a internet booster and see if that would help, because it seems to be like right at the beginning of the stream that I tend to have the issue with the lags. So yeah, I'm gonna dance around that big top, baby. Okay, so yeah, let us go for a walk. We're gonna start things off with a walk, and like I said, I think I want to go. Well, it just depends on how fast we're moving. I think if we can go this way, I mean, because none of the items in the search decks right now are very exciting to me. None of them are revealing weapons, but that doesn't mean there's no weapons in there. And I really like weapons. If I move here, then I can grab 2 people and then move 2 people out at a time, and then maybe, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to swing into the big top to move this victim up here, and then we'll try to swing around this way towards the clown car. Listen, it's a beautiful day out. The birds are chirping. The bees are buzzing. They're trying to sleep with each other. Like, I mean, just let nature be. We're outside at a carnival, and the birds are singing songs. But yeah, there are a lot of noisy birds out here, and there's just nothing I can do about it unless we, like, fumigate them all. But, just let the birds be birds. All right, so here we go. First action. Let's see if we can move some spaces. Okay, so we have one success and a conversion. I'm going to leave that be. One success lets us move one space. And so I'm going to move into this space here. We'll just keep that guy there. Oh, we can also maybe swing around this way just to get rid of these guys. Well, we've got options. All right, so that was my first action. Second action, I am going to... Oh, and we lose one time. I'm going to play a focus. Let's... yeah, the birds are always, hanging out, watching me. They're the influencers, and they're the ones that tell me what to play. I sit here and I come up with some ideas, and then they tell me, no, you should try this, and then I do it, and then we fail on the roll. As we saw last time, I was rolling heavy doo-doo last time. So, oops, did I start the... I did not start it. Okay. We're good. Okay. Mega Doofy! Howdy, Mr. U. Mega Doofy, how are you? It is good to have you watching me play. Alright, so now we're going to go for a focus. Let's see what we get. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Because you were distracting me, Fizznet. I forgot to do an event. I do this every time. Every time. Event before you start the game. So the event is the full moon. We got a special victim in play. I haven't heard that howl since the old country. So let's see. I was here. The victim farthest from you is the world's hairiest man and is actually a werewolf. The werewolf will not follow you and cannot be targeted, saved, or killed. During upkeep, panic the werewolf. Then he does 2 damage to one target in his space, according to the following priority: victim, you, minion, and killer. Okay, so the orange meeple is the victim farthest away from me, which is going to be either this guy here or this guy here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So which victim do we want? I guess it doesn't really matter. I think the biggest threat would be the victim in the bottom left corner, because he could potentially move in here and kill 2 guys, as opposed to this one over here where he could just move in and kill 1. So this happy victim is now our werewolf, and then this victim will go into our victim pod. Okay, so that will go in our event list here, so I have to remember to panic him during the upkeep. Yep, the ice cream man just drove by. This camera, or this microphone, picks up everything, and I'm not using the lapel mic this time, so we're going to hear a lot of what's going on in my neighborhood. Hopefully the neighbors aren't yelling at each other. Okay, so now that we did the event, we will continue the things just like how it happened. I rolled the success. We moved over here. We decreased time. And I rolled for the focus over here. I rolled 1 success, which means we decrease focus or horror by 1 and decrease time by 1. And I think that is where we stop for the turn. Ice cream! I want ice cream! We got 4 time. And I think at the very least for the first few turns, I should probably invest in some sprints. Because I think the mobility is going to be important when it comes to... well, you never know with my neighbors, truth be told. So I can get 2 sprints, or I can get 1 sprint and 2 close calls. That is 4 time. I'm not going to attack Geppetto just yet. I want to clear some of these dudes off the board. So yeah, I'm going to grab 1 sprint and the 2 close calls. I'm not going to worry about searching right away. I think if Asami gets her ultimate power, which I forget to show, her power has more to do with searching. And whenever we draw one item, even if we get that success where we draw 2 items, she will at least draw 1 more card. So we'll be able to get 3 cards, and then we choose one. She also becomes immune to item traps, so she will not be affected by any of those traps. And then for every subsequent victim that we save, she recovers a health. So, yeah, the birds are definitely agreeing with everything I am saying and or doing. Okay, so I have finished my my action phase. I did my planning phase. The time goes up to 1. So now the killer goes. So the first thing we do is we spawn up. Oops. So the first thing we do is we spawn a puppet. And if I remember correctly, let's see, because I don't remember correctly, the puppets spawn on Geppetto. And each killer phase up until the finale. The first step in the minion line is to spawn a puppet. When spawning a puppet, take a token from the ready space of the puppet's card and place it in Geppetto space. Yeah. So we're going to grab one of these little tokens. This little token is a puppet. And then from there, the puppets are going to target the nearest victim. And they're going to move into that space. So we can make the... Well, the puppet would move into the werewolf space. I have more experience with the killers in Season 1 than I do with any other seasons. But you know, it's just because every time I decide to break open this game, I'm always starting with Season 1. So hopefully this stream will get me to move past Season 1 to go in Season 2, Season 3, and into Season 4. So this puppet is going to move into this space here. So now we've got that victim there. Geppetto is going to target the nearest victim and or final girl and then attack, but he's by himself. Swoosh, nothing happens. So the next thing we do is we draw a terror card. So let's see what the killer is going to do to us. Make a break. Roll a die. Okay. You must lose health equal to half the result. Round it up or kill that many victims. Man, we just started this, and boo. So we want to roll low, and this is when I roll the 6. This is when I roll the 6, of course. So I take what, 3 damage? Boo. Let's put that 1, 2, 3. Well, now I'm gonna have to use that short rest. Got 2 hit points left. Man, that's boo-boo. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to kill any of the victims yet because I don't want Geppetto to get any power. Well, the good news is that nobody was killed, so there's nobody panics during the panic phase. Boy, these guys are going to be hard to see. They kind of blend into the background for me. Can you see that token just fine? Because I'm like colorblind. It just blends into the background for me. All right. Yeah, so there's no panic phase. Now we got to do the upkeep. So now we got to panic the werewolf. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Come on, werewolf. If I roll a 3 through a 6, he's going to go into Geppetto space and just start whooping on Geppetto. That would be glorious. But if I roll a 1 or a 2, he's going to go over here. And knowing me, this is when I'm going to roll low. But I have to believe in the heart of the dice. What'd I say? What'd I say? Look at it. I roll a 1. I roll a 1. I was thinking about using the minis, but I've already got the tokens on the board, so. Alright, so this guy moves in here, and then this little guy gets killed. Man. Okay, so then Bloodlust goes up. That blows. That was a doo-doo turn. Okay. Alright, so I can't save that guy. You can't even be killed, so the werewolf is just going to be on the board the whole game. Okay. So I think now, so it's my turn now. We can still go this way and rescue these guys, and then move back up this way, or just say screw it, leave that guy there, and start just swinging around this way. We'll do like a little uh, routine here, and just run around the circles up here. So we're gonna start the turn with a sprint. Let's see what we get. All right. Hopefully we get the 2 successes. With 2 successes, we move 3 spaces, and then we can grab 2 people. Well, we grabbed 1 success. It's still 2 movement. I could convert that. I can get rid of the... No, I need that short rest. I need that short rest. We can use the weak attack and the close call to convert that for 2 success and let me move 3 spaces. So let's do that. I'm gonna weak attack and close call. I'm gonna discard those 2 to turn that into a success. 2 successes moves us 3 spaces, so we can go 1, 2, and 3, or we could just go 1, 2, and 3. No, let's go 1, 2, and 3, because what'll happen is we'll bring this guy here, and then this guy will come up with us, and then these 2 guys will come out. So that makes less people in the big top. So now we have rescued 2 people. And what do we want to do? Well, I am definitely a fan of decreasing horror, and that'll put us into the green, so I'll be rolling 3 dice if we decrease horror by 2. We can also move a space, and if we move a space, we could grab this guy right up. Oops, we could potentially grab, if we move a space, we could grab that guy, because I still have a walk in my hand, or we can move into this space, or this space here, and then try to grab more of these. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to decrease horror by 2. Boop, boop. That puts us in the green. And then we're going to move a space. Moving space, we're going to go right up here. So let's see if we can't get the rest of the good people out of the big top. Alright, so now we're rolling 3 dice. And now we're cooking with butter, baby. Alright, baby. 2 successes. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Well, 2 conversions. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna... Oh, no. Oh, and we lose a time. I need these cards in my hand, so I could play a close call and reroll all the dice for 2, or I just move up a space, take a damage, decrease time by 2, which would put me in adrenaline mode, and I'm rolling 4 dice. I still have a focus and a short rest in my hand. Do we want to live dangerously and see what happens? I think I do. I think I want to live dangerously. So I'm going to move in here. I'm going to take 1 damage, which puts us into adrenaline. And then we're going to decrease time by 2. Alright, so now we're rolling 4 dice. So we have a focus and a short rest. I think I'm going to focus first and see if we can't get this 2 time. So if we can get 2 successes, we increase the time by 2. We also get closer to the bottom of the horror track here. Oh man, doo-doo. Good gravy. Okay, so that's a big fat failure with 4 dice. So I'm just going to lose the 2 time then. And last but not least, we're going to short rest because I'm about to kill myself. Let's see if we can't generate something. Oh, baby, what's going on? Well, there's 1 success. 1 success heals us by 1. Decrease time by 1. That gives us 0 time. And that is it. That is it. I got no time because I can't roll anything. And so it is now the planning phase. So since I have 0 time, I will simply get my 2 0-cost cards. Time goes up. This goes here, 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 and here. Alright. So we also lose 1 die. And now it is the great soundboard. Thanks. I found all those sounds online somewhere in a place that gives me free public domain and public use dice so I don't get in trouble for using them. Hello from Kansas. Tap Cat 27. Tap dancing. Okay, so it is now the killer phase. So the first thing that happens is we spawn another puppet. Alright, and so the puppets are going to target the nearest victim and just move there. And the puppets cannot move further than 2 spaces away from Geppetto. So, do I move this puppet here? No, because he's already targeting the nearest victim. This is the nearest victim, so these guys are just crowding this dude. Geppetto just stands where he's at, and he attacks. Yeah, according to the rules, they're just going to target. So they wouldn't have left that space. Yeah, so okay. So now it's a terror card. They're coming from everywhere. Roll a die. If the result is less than the horror level, spawn the remaining puppets in Geppetto's space. What? Oh, well, I'm at a level 1 on the horror level. So if I roll less than a 1 at 12. What? Auto mod. Allow will post it to sheet. Oh, I see. I have a bot in the stream. Okay, let's see what we get. Roll a 5. Okay, so nothing happens. However, but the puppets are going to target the final girl. They're going to move 2 spaces and attack. Oh man, I think I just died. I think I just died. Because they're going to move 2 spaces. They're going to target the final girl. 1 and 2. And then they're going to hit me for 1. I have no defense. Oh, wait. They can't. They can't end their movement further than 2 spaces away. So, they're only going here. And then they're going to attack, so they're going to kill this guy. So, Bloodlust goes up. And then this guy is also going to move right there. Woo! Close call. Okay. Yeah. All right. So only the puppets move. Geppetto doesn't move. Geppetto stays where he's at. Because according to the rules, the puppets... Yeah, man. I mean, it's only like turn 2. And, and he's killed 2 victims. Oh, no. Here. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's only like the 2nd turn, and I'm already dead, and I was like, oh, man, this is a bummer. But anyway. Okay, well, we know that they cannot move any further because the puppets cannot end their turn 2 spaces away from Geppetto. So, that's good. So now we go to the panic phase. There are no victims in the space with Geppetto and no victims in the space with the minions. So nobody panics. So now we got to go through the upkeep phase, and in the upkeep phase, we're going to panic the werewolf. I kind of like that the werewolf was spawned in the very first turn, because now we've got this werewolf the whole game, and the werewolf is just going to be an agent of chaos this whole time. Okay, so he moves to 5, which means he is going to go back to the Forest of Horrors, and hopefully he goes towards Geppetto, so Geppetto gets smacked. And I mean, it would be awesome if the werewolf just keeps back and forth and just whoops the poop out of Geppetto, and I didn't have to do anything. That would be so much fun. Okay, so that was the upkeep phase. Nobody else died. It goes back to me. Where are my cards? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I've only got a walk and a focus in my hand and a close call. So, but I do have 3 dice. So let's go for a walk, see if I can't get 2 successes, and I can bring some more people into the clown car. So let's see what happens here. Oh, that one flew out of the board. Okay, 1 success means 1 movement. So we can bring these guys up here. I was contemplating whether I should have moved into this space down here, but I was like, no, that probably wouldn't be smart. Okay, and we decreased time by 1. All right, now I could try for another focus. Yeah, well, I might as well. Might as well. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another focus. You guys are getting retired. You dice are bringing me nothing but boo-boo right now. So we're going to go for another focus. Let's see if we can't increase time by 2. 2 successes. Finally. Okay, so we are going to decrease our horror by 1 and increase time by 2. Okay. And that, as they say, kitties, is that. So there's that card. I really don't have anything else to do, but I've got 7 time, so I can make some purchases. On the next turn, I will be able to rescue 2, possibly 3 people. If I get a sprint, and I get 2 stars on the sprint, that lets me move 3 spaces, so I could go 1, 2, and 3, and then rescue those guys. So I could take 2 of the sprint cards. I think it might be smart to get a guard card since these puppets are getting close to me. Or I can get a search card and potentially search the... What spot is this? The House of Mirrors. House of Mirrors has the mysterious pills. And as we've come to learn, pills are good. Pills are good. Okay, so, All right, here's what I'll do. I'll grab 1 sprint, 1 search, 1 guard, and 1 close call. Plus all my 0 cards. That is my purchasing spree. And that will be the end of my turn. Yeah, so now we're into the killer phase. So we're going to spawn another puppet. The puppet is going to move to the closest victim. Are special victims considered victims? Because if so, I mean, we could put that guy there, and these knuckleheads are just going to keep going back to this guy. Because again, they can't move further than 2 spaces away from Geppetto. So they're probably going to want to come around this way to try to do something to that guy over there. But yeah, this guy's got 3 puppets in his space. He's got a bunch of Pinocchios. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And let's see what terror card we get. How did the tiger get loose? If there are no victims on the board, discard this card, but there are victims. All victims panic. Oh, my Lord. All victims panic. Okay. Okie dokie. Do the all right. So one thing at a time. All right, one thing at a time. All right. So this guy's gonna panic. He moves to number 3. Let's see. Oops. Oops. So he is going to go over here, right there. Stand here so I keep track of who's moving. All right, now this happy little trio. The show is over at the big top. If you guys end up going to the big top, I is gonna be mad. I is gonna be mad. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be helpful if the puppets move this. They're going to move this way because at this point there's no. Well, there's that guy, but yeah, because the werewolf will end up killing these freaking puppets. All right, number 4. So they are here. So one of you goes over there. 2. One of you goes back to the big top. And 2. Both of you go back to the big top. Way to go, kids. Way to go. All right, now this little loner over here. You're like nowhere in this carnival. You're just chilling. 3. You are also going into the big top. Okay, so I was in this space there. And then these 2 guys who are in the bathroom making a doo-doo. So you're going to go number 5, which puts us here. And then you, oops. And then you are also going to go to number 5, which puts you there. And then the last guy, oh, that's cocked. Number 2, that puts you right up here. Okay, so this is where the victims are now living. This will alter our plans ever so slightly. Okay. All right, so all victims have panicked. Now we target the nearest victim, move, and attack. Boo-boo. Okay. And that includes Geppetto. So all the minions and Geppetto are going to move and attack. So this guy goes first. This guy is killed. And horror goes down. This guy moves here. This victim is killed. And now the dark power is revealed. Let's see what power Geppetto gets. Weapons graph. Puppets now do 2 damage when attacking. Okay. So puppets hit harder. That only affects the final girl because all victims only have 1 hit point. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so the closest victim is this guy. And but you can't kill the werewolf. Oh, he cannot be targeted. So the closest victims are these guys over here. And then Geppetto. Oh, but they move 2 space. Well, that's as far as they go. And then Geppetto is going to move 1 and 2. Oh, poop. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, now do the following for the animal cages, space and all spaces adjacent to it. The animal cages are right here. And the adjacent spaces is the poo-poo room and the space that Geppetto and the puppets are in. Victims there are killed. Enemies there take 1 damage. If I am there, I take 1 damage. Well, the puppets only have 1 hit point. So all the puppets have now been killed. Wow. Geppetto has taken 1 damage. And all the victims are safe. Wow, that was a crazy freaking terror card. Okay, so victims have been killed this turn. We have lost 4 victims. Woo, Geppetto. My goodness. But there are no victims in Geppetto space, so there's no panic. However, now we've got to upkeep, and we have to panic Mr. Werewolf and move him wherever the die tells us. 6. Oh, see, wouldn't it have been cool if Geppetto was still there to get smacked by the werewolf? Alright, so now it goes back to us, and I think we need to start rescuing some more of these people. Okay, so we're going to go for a sprint. Roll in 3 dice. Let's see if we can't rescue some of these knuckleheads that went into the big top. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let us get rid of. I don't really need this card. Let's see. Let's get rid of a weak attack and a focus. Oops, don't go there. Weak attack and a focus. Convert this into 2 successes. That gives us 3 movement spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2. Sorry, I'm blocking my own. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3. Am I supposed to go 1, 2, 3? 3. Where the hell was I? I was right here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go this way. Let's rescue these 2 guys. We're going to rescue these 2 guys. We're going to decrease time by 1. And there are only 2 more spots left on Asami's. We've already taken the bottom 2. So we're going to place a victim here to recover a health. And then we're going to put a victim there to get a search card. And then after we rescue these 2 victims, we also get her ultimate power, which lets us draw extra cards when we do a search. And we're immune to item trap cards. And then for every subsequent victim that we rescue, we heal up 1. Alright, so we heal up 1 because of that. And we grab a search card. Okay. Oh, and we rescued 2 dudes. Okay. Alright. Now I think if we can continue to rescue victims, we should be able to prevent Geppetto from getting too crazy on us. I have a walk card. Let's do a walk here. I wonder if we should. I've got 2 search cards in my hand. I wonder if we should maybe. Well, let's see what I roll. If I roll a 1 speed, then I'll just end up at the House of Mirrors and see if I can't rescue these guys on the next turn, provided that they stay alive. But this will give me access to these extra search cards and see if we can't maybe pull a weapon or something. Okay, so we got 1 success that moves us 1 space. So that'll put us into the House of Mirrors. And we lose 1 time. And now we're going to go for a little search. Okay, let's get rid of you guys. You guys keep rolling 1s on me. Alright, let's go for a search. And because of the ultimate power, we will always draw an extra card. And she is also immune to item traps, so if we end up pulling the item trap card, we will ignore it. Alright, we got 2 successes. With 2 successes, we take the top 2 item cards of your space and choose one, place the other on top, face up, or underneath, face down, but we get to draw 3 cards. So we are in the House of Mirrors, which is this, so we will draw 3 cards. And then let's see what we get. So we have the mysterious pills. We can eat these to increase our health by 2 or decrease horror by 1. We also have Super Lucky Dice. Use this to re-roll any or all the dice. Then roll one die and do the following: 1 to 4, discard, 5 to 6, keep it. Re-rolling dice is fun. A Knife Bandolier. When using the Knife Bandolier, you may divide the damage as you choose between any enemies within range. It has 4 uses. Well, it's a weapon. It does an extra damage, and I can use it at from a distance of 1. So I can just throw all the knives at Geppetto right now. The lucky dice over the Knife Bandolier? Really? Because the Knife Bandolier has 4 uses. When using the Knife Bandolier, you may divide the damage as you choose between any enemies within range. Well, Geppetto's right there. I can throw all 4 knives at Geppetto right now and do 4 damage to him. I think the Knife Bandolier is the way to go, dude. 4 damage right off the bat. Yeah, use them all. That puts Geppetto at 3 hit points. Lucky dice, more like lucky day, am I right? It is my lucky day. I just got a Knife Bandolier. So we're going to take that. We're going to use all 4 uses. And that card has now been used. So that is out of the game. He takes 4 damage. He's got 3 hit points. Okay. Where are the rest of my cards? Oh, there they are. Alright, so that was that. I don't need to search that deck anymore because that deck, the top card I know is going to be a trap. And those other, I mean, I could search again and grab those lucky dice. Because we know that top card is going to be a trap. What do you think? Should I search one more time and grab the lucky dice? Do you really want me to grab those lucky dice? If you want me to grab those lucky dice, I will do so right now. Yeah, let me see how I put these in order. I put the lucky dice were on top. That's what I did. I just like dice manipulation. The dice are already not in your favor. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but the dice are never in my favor. So I don't think I'm actually going to make it to any of these other... I think the battle is going to take place right here. So I'm gonna take the time to do another search so that I can grab that lucky dice. Oops. These ones were very, very happy. I'm going to keep these happy dice. Alright, Necronomicon, don't curse me this time. Here we go. Let's see if we can do it. Well, you're right, man. Oh, wait, also, let me see. Nice. Decrease time by 1 on that. And then I only walked, right? No, I sprinted and I walked. I think. Yeah, okay. Alright, well, let's use a close call. Decrease time by 2. Let's reroll all the dice. That was a boo-boo roll. Okay, 1 success. Take the top item card, but we're taking 2. We know this top card is going to be a trap. And we know this other card is going to be the lucky dice. Sure enough, there's a trap. Discard this card, because she ignores traps. Now we got the super lucky dice. And those go into my pack. Alright, so now we got that. Okay, now... the only cards I have left in my hand are short rest, guards, or close calls. I'm busy. Mormons are at the house and the dogs are going ape shit and they want my attention. They don't see that I'm busy fighting Geppetto at the Carnival of Blood. Come on, guys. Get your act together. Alright, let's do a short rest because I've taken some damage and I need to heal. I'll keep this guard and this close call in my hand. Okay, I heal 1. And decrease time by 1. That leaves us with 0 time, but that's okay. That is the end of our turn. I've got no time to purchase anything. So we now go to the killer phase. Search, close call. Let me put all of these cards back into the tableau. And I think after this next round, I should consider getting some attack cards. Yeah, the Mormons want to come and play Final Girl with me. It's gonna offend their underwear, Jesus. Okay, so we're going to spawn a puppet. On Geppetto, the puppet is going to move 1 space, or 2 spaces, to the nearest victim, which is that guy there. Geppetto's going to stay where he's at, and he's going to attack. Okay, so that was that. Now we draw a terror card. Bring her to me. The closest puppet to you targets the final girl, moves, and attacks. So this guy goes into the space that I'm at, and he's going to attack. Now he does 2 damage. I've got a guard card, and I could take it. I could take the 2 damage, or I could just guard it. So let's guard it. Oh, what happens here? If you were damaged by the puppet, move 1 space closer to Geppetto. If you are in Geppetto's space or there are no puppets in your space, discard this card. Otherwise, resolve this entire card again. So if I take a damage, I would move into Geppetto's space. Oh, I don't have an attack card in my hand. So I'm going to have to at least wait a turn. So it is not beneficial for me to end up in his space, because he's going to end up attacking me, and I'm going to take it up the wazoo. So, yeah, exactly. The favorite side on these dice are always these freaking conversions. I always look at a convert as like a fail, in my opinion, because I hate converting cards. There's only 2 success sides on these cards. Yeah, you'll just go, we did that like 1,000 years ago. Are you just now waking up, buddy? I'll just go knife bandolier myself. Alright, here we go. Let's see if I can ignore all the damage. Okay, I reduced damage by 2, which is how much damage they're doing. So I take 0 damage, so I have ignored all the damage, and take none. I didn't have to use my lucky dice. And so I was not damaged by Geppetto, and I'm not in Geppetto's space. So that card, good gravy. Okay, I need to start prepping for these attack phases here. All right, Geppetto has 3 hit points. I don't have an attack, but on the next turn I will have an attack card. And then if I can get the Fury Strike, I might be able to kill him. So I'm going to try to take this turn and see if I can't save some time. I can sell some cards. So I think I should at the very least go for a walk. I don't need to rescue anybody anymore. But I need to get away from these puppets. Because the puppets are going to attack again. See, 2 spaces, 2 spaces, 2 spaces. Yeah, the puppets are going to get me anywhere I go. I can only move a maximum of 2 spaces, so... But I could try to pull that guy away here. Move this guy here. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a bad position to be in. Boy, I'm getting them. Shove your foot up their booty. They held a message. The auto mod held a message for reasons. It said sex-based terms. Allow will post it to... Yeah, let's allow it. That's not that big a deal. Oh, I'm in the wrong chat form. Okay, I can't do it from here. All right, let us. It's my turn again, right? Yeah, it's my turn. No, it is not my turn. I'm like, it was the killer's turn. We just did the terror card, so now it's a panic phase. There are no little victims here. Upkeep phase, it's the werewolf's turn. Did I miss the werewolf the last turn? I don't remember. Werewolf goes to 5. So the werewolf moves up here. Oh, the werewolf's getting closer to Geppetto. And he's gonna go thriller on Geppetto. Thriller on Geppetto. Thriller on Geppetto. Okay, so now the upkeep phase is done. It goes back to me this time. Because of puppets. So shove the foot up the puppets' booties. I should keep my day job. Alright, we're going to go for a walk. Rolling 3 dice. Let's see what happens. Three conversions. I don't want to lose any time. Oh, I got lucky dice. Use this to re-roll any or all the dice. I'm going to re-roll all the dice. There we go. There we go. There we go. 2 successes. So now we're moving 2 spaces. We're going to go 1 and 2. Let's bring this guy a little further away. And now, because I used the lucky dice, I have to roll 1 die and do the following. If I get a 5 or a 6, I keep the card. A 1 to a 4, I lose the card. Oh, it's gone. But it did what it was supposed to do. It gave me that movement. All right, so I'm going to discard 1 card to give myself 1 time. Puts me at 6. So what I'm going to do is buy a Furious Strike for 4 and a guard. Or should I get a sprint card? Let's get a sprint card because that'll give us the mobility to get up to Geppetto. We're going to get the weak attack. Fury Strike and a weak attack should do enough damage to kill Geppetto. Oh, I wonder if that's a smart play. I wonder if that's the smart way to go, because if Geppetto has an extra... If Geppetto has hearts under this and he comes back and attacks, I might die. I don't even know what this one is. What is this? I don't know. Yeah, I could potentially die if I take the sprint, but I want to give myself some movement here. The puppet is going to end up in my space. He's not going to move unless a terror card tells him to move. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm going to keep the sprint card, Fury Strike. I'm going to take all these other cards, and we'll leave it up to the fates, and we'll see if the Master Maneuver is in my favor today. I've got 4 hit points. So I should be able to take some damage if they attack. So, first thing we do is we spawn a puppet. Puppet's going to move 2 spaces. We're going to put this puppet here, and then we're going to put this puppet here. Geppetto swings and attacks. Nothing happens. We draw a terror card. Oh no. Master Showman, place Geppetto in your space. Okay. And that says place a puppet in each adjacent space if able. So this puppet would move here. This puppet would move there. And then They're going to target the nearest victim or final girl and attack. I don't have any defense cards here. In the event that this happens, where you have to pick and choose between a victim or a final girl, the priority is the victims, if I'm not mistaken. Let me confer with the rules, because it's been a while since that has happened to me. Let's see. You know what's also boo-boo about that? The werewolf almost caught up to Geppetto and almost was able to hit him, which now makes me wish I would have taken that freaking guard card if he was just going to teleport to my space. Let's see. If there is a tie between who is closest, choose the group that has the most fit. Nope. Attacking the victim. If you are the target, if there's another icon, you have to play it either. Yeah, but I remember that when they target the final girl or the victim, the target is whoever's closest, victim or final girl. If there's a tie, choose the group that has the most victims. If there's still a tie, well, I mean the reality is, realistically, he would probably attack the victims. He's only doing 1 point of damage. If he kills a victim, that gives him 2 damage. The worst outcome, realistically, would probably be if he attacked. Yeah, if he attacked the victim, because getting higher up on the his bloodlust track is definitely scarier. So he kills a victim, and he goes up on the blood track. Now he does 2 damage. Again, either way it would have gone. I don't think that this would have changed the situation any, because I have enough hit points to survive the round. Yeah, to survive the round, and he wouldn't. I would just have. Yeah, this is the worst way to go, because it gives me less victims to rescue. So let's see. So he just killed the victim. But now it is the panic phase. And so because he killed the victim and there's a victim in the space, the one victim has to panic. Does the victim run back to the safety of the big top, or does the victim run into the puppets, or does the victim just decide that they want to go to the Forest of Horrors or get the heck out of the carnival? Let's find out, shall we? The victim moves to. Oh, the victim goes down into nowhere. Okay, now we have to upkeep, so we have to panic the werewolf. Man, the werewolf would have been really cool if we went in the opposite direction when we started the game. That would have been so fun, but alas, that was not meant to be. Alright, let's see where the werewolf goes now. Werewolf goes. The werewolf wants to get out of the theme park. He's guarding that exit. He doesn't want anybody to go out of there. The werewolf's like, you're staying here. You are lunch for me. Okay, so it is now back to us. And I happen to have a weak attack and a furious strike in my hands. I don't have to sprint, and I don't have to do anything. He's got 3 hit points. I will do all the damage that I can, and then if he comes back, I will try to run out of that space. So let's see what happens. Okay, we got 1 success. 1 success means I damage him, he damages me. So it's a bit of a... And then, so we just whappity whap whap. Alright, and now, no time was lost. Now we're going to play a Furious Strike. You know what also is very interesting about this game that I've played so far? The horror track has not really come into play at all. Like, I've just only moved it up, and it has never really gone down, other than the one time that the bloodlust meter brought it down. Okay, do we do enough damage to kill Geppetto? This is it, children's. The moment of truth. One success means one damage. Do I have a close call? I do. I do have a close call. I have been getting pretty aggressive tarot cards. I'm going to play a close call. And I'm going to try to reroll all the dice. This is one of those occasions where I think I want to get some... oh, we decreased time by 2. Where I want to get some conversion cards or conversion dice if I need to. Successes are obviously the better way to go. Oh, there we go. 2 successes. Right there, babies. 2 successes. So that's 2 damage to him. I decrease horror by 1. He has only got 2 hit points. So, is this the end of Zombie Shakespeare? Let's see, kiddies. Did we kill him? Is he dead? Oh, yes. He's really dead. So, Geppetto has been eliminated. We have killed Geppetto, the puppet master. And we have won the game. The puppets have disintegrated into puddles. The werewolf has gone into the forest to frolic and fornicate with the other wolves. And then these little victims that are left have decided to join me in the big top as I perform with the clowns. 2-0, baby! 2-0! I'm curious. Let's see if I had any extra hearts. Nope, I'd have been dead too if he had killed me. So I win. Okay. Well, that was it, babies. That was the end of Geppetto. Geppetto has died, and I have mastered the maneuver. We have done everything strategically and have risen against the villains of the world. Yeah, we did great. We did great. I'm curious, were there any other weapons in any of the item decks? There was a bullwhip. Here, let's go back to that. There was a bullwhip. If you damage an enemy with the bullwhip, you move them 1 space. And there was the strongman hammer. This thing does 3 freaking damage. 3 damage. But you have to have 4 or more health to attack with it. And it can't be carried in your backpack. So if your health drops below 4, you just lose the weapon. No, you don't lose the weapon. You just can't attack with it. Man, and you lose you're done with your turn. Holy cow. Let's see. What else is over here? We had a trash can lid, the hidden cobra trap, and the energy drink. And the final dark power, should he have gone into the finale, was remember them. So all the puppets would target the nearest final girl or victim. They would move and then they would attack. Geppetto would have gone direct towards the final girl, moved and attacked twice. When revealed, you spawn all remaining puppets to the board. When moving puppets, they move one space less than normal, so they're a little slower. And the traps didn't come into play. Yeah, let's look at what tarot cards, if any of the tarot cards would have spawned any traps. No. Place 2 new victims at Geppetto's starting location. Then place Geppetto in the space with the closest victim. Then they move and attack. For each victim killed, gains bloodlust by 1 extra. Holy cow. And Geppetto recovers hit points. You know, I really wanted the werewolf to just beat the shit out of Geppetto, though. I thought that would have been freaking hilarious. There's no escape. Place Geppetto and each puppet at an exit space. Distribute them evenly. How can there be so many traps? If there are no item trap cards in the item discard pile, discard and draw. Take all face down cards from the item decks and all discarded item trap cards and shuffle them together. Then evenly distribute them back to the item decks and play. But this girl was already immune to traps. Moving the teleport Geppetto to the exits would have been great. This item terror card would have been useless against the girl that we had because she was immune to the item traps. And up next, boxed in with nowhere to go. If there are no victims, but there would have been, we decrease horror by 2. Each victim that is with or adjacent to a puppet's space panics. If a victim panics to a space with a puppet, they're killed immediately. Yeah, that would have sucked. That would have sucked vigorously. It would have inhaled vigorously. And finally, where the hell did the blades come from? This was the last terror card. The last terror card was the trap. Place the spinning floor blade trap token in your space. Immediately apply the trap's effects to you and any victims in your space. For each 1 to 4 that you roll, decrease horror by 1. There was the trap. But yeah, no traps came into place. There were 2 other event cards that could have potentially shown up. But yeah, we were pretty fortunate. One, that my master brain created this strategy that saved as many victims as I could. I saved 4 victims. He killed 5. But at the end of the day, the victory was what counted. And so I take that victory. We beat the crap out of them. We elbow smashed them. We pulled off our finisher. And we got the 1, 2, 3, baby. And we remain still the undisputed comic hero champion of the world. Thank you so much for watching. I'll come back next week, and next week we'll do Frightmare on Maple Lane. I want to leave Slaughter in the Groves and the Haunting of Creech Manor for last because those are the hardest ones. So we'll do Frightmare on Maple Lane next Friday. And then hope that we can master the maneuver again. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next week.